Yo
I just
guys,
hope it just come through.
Simple Man Gaming and Big Mac 490 here again with another video. And today Big Mac also has a very special guest. Would you
Yes, I
would
do. Just,
would both of you like to introduce yourselves?
My name is Sherilyn Santry LaFrance.
and I'm Big Mac 490 of my popular, my soon-to-be gaming channel, Big Mac 490, and otherwise known as Mason. and as Charlene has stated, she's our guest for today's podcast.
Right. So now continuing with the list that Big Mac started. So Big Mac, what's next on that list of yours that we started the other day?
Oh, you know what? I really forget what the rest of the list was. It was mainly about improving what we previously talked about, and maybe bring up new thoughts here and there.
Right. And, of course, no new news to report. We've just had our big news report the other day, so we're also going to discuss various things and discuss what we think that should be improved in some games and what shouldn't be improved.
Yeah.
All right.
Along the way, sorry, Sybil, for interrupting here, but along the way, we'll also have our guest star discuss a little bit about fire safety and maybe some other life lesson facts.
Exactly. So like I was trying to explain in the last podcast about like expanding and improving, Siege is one of the games that they need to expand and improve really bad. I'm not going to go too far into it, but I'm just going to say they need to improve it with great detail. All right. So on to our next thing. Would you like to start the topic off, Big Mac?
Sure thing. Now, one thing I really am going to expand upon is microtransactions and the difference between the single player and online only titles and mobile games.
One of the online games that we may or may not mention today is Black Ops 4. Because we all know how everyone feels about that game.
I felt ripped off after playing it for a bit.
Oh, big time.
Great fun game, but too many paywalls.
Big time.
It's basically a pay-to-win model. I felt like I was in a casino.
Which, funny enough, is one of the other things that we're going to be talking about in our next podcast, the new casino update in Grand Theft Auto 5. That's a little tidbit for some of you who may be watching.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you want.
Yeah. Now.
Okay.
Now, before I get to touch on fire safety for just for a quick second here, the microtransactions are like pay-to-win models for single player and online games to progress and whatnot.
Right.
And the other difference will be paying to win in a casino slots, for example.
Which are a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, but I won't be going into details today, but maybe next time. Anyways.
Take the floor.
I'll let our guest here talk about Fire City for a bit. How about it?
Yeah, just take the floor. Metaphorically.
Okay. Well, I think it's very important to have smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors because if there's a fire, people need to know how to get out of the house.
Right, and
that's definitely true.
Type of thing.
Oh my god! That is insane!
Yes.
Well, in short, the real lesson is don't play with fire, and don't ever use. And if you use the phrase "fight fire with fire," uh, be
Not a
careful
good
how you use
idea.
it, I guess.
Yeah, like, wow. That's pretty dangerous.
Now,
Yeah, no
for
Like,
kidding.
yeah. Now, for those of you viewers who haven't caught on why we said for obvious reasons and what we mean by that, is because there are some things that are best left unsaid, and also to help avoid starting a rant of some kind or
Which
controversy.
which we
And,
both know
and
I've gone on plenty. Well,
yeah,
mhm.
and also copyright. That's another thing.
yeah. Another thing we want to avoid is copyright.
Yeah.
All right. So on to our next topic is we're gonna be talking about VR and other things about VR and also probably make some predictions that we may or may not see in the future that come with the system. Like last time, I made the prediction that they would have some next level Black Mirror stuff.
Wow.
If I could expand on this more like a little chip that you put on your head that actually lets you escape reality and go into this game or whatever that you're playing.
Uh-huh.
And that'll be that's going to be the future of virtual reality. Then that will definitely be really really awesome to see.
Yes, it
Yes,
will.
I agree.
The only issue I can see with that is if we have to make sure that some people who do wish to do it can handle it okay.
Like I said in the last one, if you have a history of epilepsy and all the other stuff, then you probably shouldn't play it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Or go to bars that have flashing lights, for example.
Yes.
Okay, that would be strobe lights, and if you play a game that
Yeah.
like say a simulator that features strobe lights, then there needs to be a warning for that.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to do that, or else there'd be a big problem. And it could end up with someone in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what other now there's one topic that we're going to bring up is announcements and any future announcements. Simple. Is there any gaming or channel announcements you wish to make?
Uh, for some of you who haven't caught the last podcast, or for some of you who didn't quite hear what I said, I'm just gonna bring this up again because I feel that it should be echoed as many times as possible for those who haven't heard it to hear it. So it has been confirmed that Marvel Spider-Man 2 will not be made. PlayStation has said they're not going to go back to the table with it, and Disney's I don't know how Disney feels about it. I guess they're the odd man out at this point.
Well, Disney, for me personally, ruined Star Wars by rebooting it. But then again, I stopped watching it like a long time ago.
I mean, George Lucas did good with the movies, but I don't see why Disney had to pick it up. I mean, I can see why in a way, but in a way I can kind of say Star Wars is a big part of people's lives, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for most of us here when I say that. But I think the movies have gone on too far. Like they needed to like end at like say they needed to end after The Last Jedi. Not there shouldn't be a new Star Wars movie coming out right away. Like, really?
Like, unless they're expanding the lore in some way, or they're trying to milk the franchise, which I get the feeling they're already doing. I
Oh,
really don't know.
they're doing more than rebuilding the franchise. They're trying to revive the franchise.
Oh Lord.
So we got episode 7, aka episode 1, which is or episode 4, I mean, which is a reboot. So, and for those of you who don't know what a reboot is, it's basically reviving a series that's been gone for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like Star Trek. It was gone for, I don't know, for so many years, but when Star Trek 2009, otherwise known as Into Darkness,
Right.
that movie is a reboot of Wrath of Khan. I managed to figure that out after watching it. Good movie though. But that's just an example.
Speaking of Star Trek, I tried to watch the Star Trek series on Netflix countless times, but I couldn't do it.
Which one? The newest one, the newest series, or the older series?
I'm not sure which one, but I couldn't watch it because one of the characters just freaked me right out.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna let me say Patrick Stewart then.
Hit the nail right on the head there, my friend.
I think he's a good actor though. He really is a good actor.
He is a good actor, but he does scare the hell out of me.
Now, speaking of keeping the creepy theme, this is going to be a question for the people in the comments below, and that would be which of the creepy music creators that they appreciate, who do a good job at it.
And follow-up, keep in mind, you guys can also answer this too. Which soundtrack was your favorite from the older Star Wars movies or newer?
I really can't answer that one. I haven't heard the Star Wars soundtracks in like a long time.
Fair enough.
For me. It's okay. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's okay. If you don't have an answer, you don't have to answer it. That was just
Okay.
a random question to throw out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, in case you are doubting our guest here, viewers, this is her first time ever for a podcast, so
Yes.
just keep that in mind when you're about to say anything.
Me and Big Mac have done multiple podcasts, as you can see on the channel.
Yes.
But we haven't done one with our guest yet, so that's why we're trying it
I
out.
sort of brought this idea. I sort of brought this idea up like in our last video.
So that's why we're experimenting with it.
Yes. Yeah, and I think it'll go really well, rather well.
Yes, it will go well. I promise.
Oh, and I almost forgot. Our guest may also bring up announcements for holiday themes, maybe safety tips besides fire safety one, and maybe new info in the upcoming feature.
I do have one thing that I'd like to mention though.
Okay.
One little bit of news.
Take it away.
I will be doing a Friday the 13th broadcast tomorrow between the times of 10:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m.
PST or Eastern Standard Time?
Eastern Standard.
Okay.
Okay.
So for those of you who love Friday the 13th and want to get the game, but you don't have enough money to get it, then you can watch this broadcast. Then you'll see what the game is all about.
And speaking of game announcements, soon I'll be doing a brand new Let's Play series of Wolfenstein: The Young Blood on my channel. No idea when that's going to happen, but we'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
I don't have a release date for that yet, but it'll happen soon.
I was actually thinking of I was thinking for one of our podcasts, like I'm not sure which one, we could actually do an actual live stream broadcast of it instead of just doing a video on the thing and then uploading it when we're done. It'll just
Now that's a
be
great. Now that's good. Now that's an idea.
Now that's an idea I would like too. Yes.
However,
Awesome.
I will be streaming it to YouTube, not Twitch, because this is more of a YouTube thing instead of a Twitch thing, because I have some thoughts about Twitch that I should not get on it into the open because a lot of people will not agree with my view. And they'll
Well,
probably
Okay.
call
well,
me an
Twitch.
idiot
You
for it.
need like an account. You need to like Twitch. You'll probably have a hard time getting bans for that anyway. So
Exactly. So
trying to get views and stuff. Yeah, that might be hard to do.
yeah, no kidding. All right.
Now,
So,
if there's any other topics you wish to discuss, Simple, or
one more thing that I would like to bring up before we sign off for the day. Uh, one more thing that I thought we should bring up to topic, and I know you have a very strong view on this, Big Mac.
right?
Do you do you think they should remake the Doom movie like the one they did with The Rock, or no?
I would probably I don't know, dude. I would much prefer if they were gonna do another video game adaptation film of the greatest franchise of all time in gaming.
Totally
They
agreed
should
there,
really
but
make a movie of Doom, but this time of the classic games and stay away from Doom 3 instead.
right, because they just ruined Doom when they made the movie off of Doom 3.
All right, so I'm going on a bit of a review here for Doom for the movie. That's
Okay.
It's pretty much old, and I really want to get out there. The characters were not that bad. I mean, the actors, no, they were not that bad at all. The storyline was okay, but that's to be expected because Doom never had it was never about the story. It was about the gameplay
And
and
about the
and
badass
like
monster killing.
and the level design, yes. But I really, but my review would be that that the the was that they basically instead of making it based off of hell, demons, and all that, they just made it more like a science experiment instead. And they definitely did not add enough weapons to the roster, and it made it more like Resident Evil or something instead of an actual Doom film.
I
And as for the monster, there wasn't enough monster variety.
I honestly think if they do make a Doom movie, they should be careful in making it because they should. I totally agree there. They should make it off of the classic games instead of Doom 3.
Yeah, because they got because Doom 3 is a horror game at the start, but but it tried to get to it more action oriented later, halfway about course halfway through the game. So
Right.
maybe get the horror aspect right. The first person that was good, but that's it. So
All
there's my
right.
review.
So that's it for today. Please like, subscribe, comment, and of course, share the video to your friends. Click the little bell notification so you're notified as soon as we upload a brand new podcast like this one.
And
This is
yeah, and let us know if we should do this type of podcast again with another with our guest or something.
this is Simpleman Gaming and
Big Mac 490.
and
Charlene saying, have a good day.
And we'll talk to you guys in the next video. All right, guys.
Peace
Peace.
out.